Welcome to another episode of The Adult Potato. I'm Fiona Tater.
And I'm Spencer Latka. We're reporting again about the extreme lack of communication coming from Wellington Middle High School. While we understand and support not releasing any personal information about people in medical emergencies, the school must be aware that all of the info had spread like a New Year's Eve wildfire in Boulder before the last bell for the school rang that day. But who didn't hear about it were the parents. Sure, some kids came home and told their parents everything, but others came home silent, shell-shocked, and their parents had no clue as to why. And therein lies the danger. When a middle schooler has a medical emergency due to a near overdose of a substance, that's a big deal. And the parents need to know this information, preferably before the kids get home from school, so they can be there for their kids to support them and not in any additional stress by getting on them for not making their bed or some other missed responsibility. This is not something that should go undiscussed in a family, but for many, that's exactly what happened. We'll be diving deeper into the culture at the middle high school in future episodes. For their first year in existence, between the copper and now this, Wellington Middle High School is getting it failing grade when it comes to communicating school events to parents. It's like we tell our kids, we're gonna find out what's happening anyway. It's a lot better if we find it out directly from you. The consequences will be far less harsh.
We at The Adult Potato would like to congratulate Wellington's own Mahalia Henschel for being chosen one of the top 10 local government influencers for 2022, as chosen by the Engaging Local Government Leaders Organization. Among Mahalia's accomplishments that led to the designation are creating the town's social media department, which developed a monthly newsletter with a 70% open rate. That right there is a massive accomplishment, but there's more. From facilitating the town's water and sewer roundtable to increasing voter turnout by 10% in the April 2022 election, to her participation in the town's budget dunanza, then is so much more than her position with the town. In our eyes, Mahalia's top influencer accomplishment has been that of being one of the sweetest people in town and a great dog mom as well. She also chose to be Wellington's town photographer, where previously she took photos of big-time stars. So thank you for being one of Wellington's big potatoes.
And now to our reporter on the street for some local insight on what's happening in Wellington this Valentine's Day. Pepper?
Thanks, Spencer. Today we're on Main Street to find out how our friends and neighbors are celebrating Valentine's Day this year. Hey Trish, how's it going?
I didn't know they had you on the street in this episode. Still and Will, what's up?
We're talking to people about what they're doing for Valentine's Day, and what are you guys doing?
Well, my girlfriend went to Onyx Collective's Galentine's, and she said she has some surprises in store for me. So I'm going to go to Ace House Flowers and pick up a nice bouquet, and then headed over to Cantina Liquor and take out something special for the night.
That sounds amazing. Have a great night.
Thanks. Print on it.
No. Hold on. Would you like to tell us what you're doing for Valentine's Day this week?
What I always do. Go to the gun range, do some shooting, and then come along to what better'd be a good homemade cooked meal.
Oh. Wait, seriously, no. But what are you doing for your wife?
Oh, okay. You don't get more special than a piece of me.
There you are.
We were just talking about Valentine's Day and how you guys were celebrating.
Girl, we don't celebrate VD. That's a double holiday. We don't need smiting in our lives to have a healthy marriage. Let's go and start looking at her that way. Oh, cover yourself up. If you were in high school, you'd be sent home wearing that.
Oh, you do not want to get me started on dress codes.
Did I overhear something about Valentine's Day plans?
You sure did. Any plans?
Definitely. My husband is taking me to Papa's table. Oh my God, they have an amazing menu just for Valentine's Day. A four-course meal, all inclusive for $100. And they even have vegetarian options. I still haven't decided between the steak Diane and the fresh swordfish fillet.
Oh, either way, you know it's gonna be good.
Exactly. What about you?
I got my babe and I tickets to Sparger's beer and cheese tasting in March. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes, super. Enjoy.
Thanks. You too. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Pepper. You just never know what you're gonna get when you do a street segment in Wellington, do ya?
We're continuing with our Wellington Goals series, where we focus on organizations in town that help support and build our community. Today's interview is with the American Legion's incoming commander, Dennis Hipsag.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Wellington Gold. And today we have Dennis Hipsag with us. He's the incoming commander of the American Legion, Post 176, right here in Wellington. Dennis, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So, can you tell us about the American Legion and what it is that your organization does for the community?
We're a community-oriented nonprofit. We try and get involved with as many of the activities and things that are going on in town. We try and help out with the Sparge-Toberfest Foundation, as Linda Stoddard mentioned last week. We've got several of our own fundraisers coming up, as well as things that we're doing that aren't fundraisers, but we think are important. Memorial Weekend, we'll have a ceremony up at the cemetery here in town. On Saturday morning, we'll set some flags up. We'll line the entrance with flags, and then we'll go through the cemetery itself and remove any of the old flags that we put up last year that are on the grave sites, and replace those with fresh new flags. And yeah, just we're trying to get ourselves an established post. So we're trying to get a building, and of course, in doing so, that's going to take some money, and we put on a few fundraisers to try and generate some revenue so that we can at some point do that. We've got a building committee out right now that are looking around different spaces that are available in town, and we're hoping to get that done maybe this summer sometime.
How many members do you have in the Legion?
I think we're at about 35 right now, and we're looking for more all the time.
How do people get involved?
We have a monthly meeting at this point. It's the first Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m. It's usually at Soul Squared, but we've been moving it around a little bit. But you can get in touch with either myself or Roy Cook. We're pretty easy guys to find, and we'll set you up.
So, what does it take to be a member of the American Legion?
You either have to have served or an immediate member of your family has to have served. Like say your grandparents had served, that qualifies you. And of course, if your dad served or your mom served or your grandmother, brothers and sisters, that gets you in.
What are some of the upcoming events that you have going on?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, we'll do our Memorial Day event, and then we're hoping to get the 4th of July beer garden again this year as well. Of course, our Veterans Day celebration on Veterans Day, and we'll be helping Sparge-Toberfest with the 3 functions that they're doing this summer. And then, of course, wherever we can pitch in to help out as far as Main Streets or the Chamber of Commerce. We're working on a couple of golf tournament fundraisers right now. We'll have more details about those coming up pretty soon, so look for those. One of them is going to be pretty special. Rain Dance is a course right now that, if I'm not mistaken, is a private course, and this will enable you to get on there and play in a tournament.
Oh, Rain Dance, that's exciting! So, you mentioned the July 4th beer garden. So, how was that July 4th event last year?
It went well. We were in Centennial Park, right in downtown. I think it helped the businesses out in town. At least we're hoping that's what we did. It was disappointing that we separated. I read all the comments and from the town survey, so I'm well aware of what people feel, and I can't say that I'm in disagreement with them. I think it should all be in one spot. But
Yeah.
the Legion, our issue right now, it's not an issue. The reality is it's the Legion, and that decision was made by all of us. It's not a decision made by one person or several. It's always been a team effort, and that's just the way we were trained when we went through the service, and that's carried over into the Legion as well. So it'll be a decision that we will make as a group as far as what we're going to do there, and we have to get permission and be granted permission, I guess, from the town to put it on as well. So there's a lot of hoops to go through yet before we figure all that out.
Yeah, so any insight or comments on the board dissolving the Community Action Committee? Or do we need to be careful because you have permits that need to be taken care of for the next 4th of July event coming on?
Yeah, I probably don't want to get into that, especially with the hat off. If I took the hat off, I'd be happy to talk to you, but I don't know if I want to do that today.
Not today. Maybe we'll get you at an event after you've had a couple and you can take off your hat and we'll talk to you then. Can I say that you're pleased with the decision of the board?
I think I think there was potential there for that group to do great things, and in the past they had. But I think they just got sidetracked, got off the track that they should have been on, and the board made a decision that was what they had to do, unfortunately. And I still think that it could be resurrected in the future, maybe not under the same format that it was before, but there's a group of people in town that would like to participate in that, I'm sure, and if they had the right leadership in there, I'm sure they could do great things.
I agree with you. I really think that it would be nice to have a group in the town with the town support that is specific to helping the community and with the right leadership, actually being able to lead themselves with just one person from the group, perhaps speaking with the board for approval as a whole on certain items. That would be a great thing. I mean, our community is a strong community when it comes to helping people, and when it comes to volunteering, and when it comes to wanting to promote our businesses and support our residents. But yeah, things start to get in the way there for a bit.
There's a whole lot more good people in this town than there are bad, that's for sure.
Yeah, we just need them to be a little louder. We need our good people to have some bullhorns. So, and I really want to thank you for what the American Legion does for our community, because it really is at the heart of who we are in Wellington. And with leadership from the Legion, I think great things have happened, and I expect them to continue that way. And so, thank you for basically just being a gold member of our community.
We're hoping that continues. That's what we're all about.
All right, so thank you for your time, and Wellingtonians, make sure you get out there and support the American Legion and get in touch with Dennis if you want to be a member. I'm sure there are a ton of people in this town that could be members of the American Legion, and I know the Legion could benefit from your support and your engagement. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.
Just like last time, the interview is also posted on the show's Facebook page and YouTube channel if you'd like to watch it again. And if you know of a charitable organization that is doing good things for our town, please send us an email at theadultspotato@gmail.com, and we may include them in a future episode. And that's the end of this episode. As always, thanks for watching, and lock your doors.